Hello guys, what's going on? My name is Sam, or Chaotic, and welcome back to another GTA 5 video here on my channel. Now in today's video, I'm going to be showcasing the all-new Benefactor Terrorbyte and sharing 10 things with you guys that you need to know about this vehicle before it's released and you buy it in GTA Online. Because as I'm making this video, this vehicle will be releasing tomorrow on Tuesday, August 14th. Once released, it will be available on the Warsaw Cash and Carry website with a price starting from $1,375,000. This vehicle though will have a number of upgrades and customizations available for it, which you can select when purchasing this vehicle on the Warsaw Cash and Carry website, costing upwards of $3,459,500 when fully upgraded. And in the terms of upgrades, these are the options you'll be given. Interior tints costing upwards of $105,000 each, interior decals costing $127,500, a turret station to fire missiles from on the back of the truck, this costs $297,000, a drone station which costs $815,000, and it's from here that you can control and fly around weaponized drones. We'll be talking about these some more later on in the video. A weapon workshop, this costs $245,000. Of course, it's here you can customize and upgrade your weapons to the Mark II variants. And then finally, a specialized workshop, this costs $495,000. And it's inside here you both store and customize the all-new Oppressor Mark II, which also releases tomorrow alongside the Terrorbyte. And yes, you'll have to purchase the Terrorbyte and fit this specialized workshop in the back if you want to purchase the Oppressor Mark II, because like I said, it's inside the back of this truck where the Oppressor Mark II will both be stored and customized. Now, it's also worth noting, if you want to purchase the Terrorbyte, you also have to own a nightclub first, as the Terrorbyte will be stored in your nightclub. But it's not just stored in any regular garage space or the same level that the delivery vehicles are stored on. In fact, when you purchase the Terrorbyte, it gets its very own floor or level. This being a completely separate additional floor which you'll receive in your nightclub, and it will be named the Terrorbyte Garage. Now, you obviously access this level via the elevator in your garage, but it's not just a dedicated garage space, it is also a workshop for the Terrorbyte, where you can customize the Terrorbyte further than what you've already done so when you bought it on the Warsaw Cash and Carry website. Now, the upgrades themselves are pretty standard vehicle upgrades, things such as armor, engine, brake upgrades, and that sort of thing, but it's also worth noting you can upgrade the wheels and change them out for any set that you want. You can also respray this vehicle as well with both primary and secondary paint options. Now, although there may not be any armored plating options when customizing this vehicle, it is pretty resistant both to explosives and bullets. For starters, the windows are bullet resistant. They can take around 10 to 12 shots, and that applies both to the front windshield and the side windows. The truck also comes with bulletproof tires from standard, and as for its explosive resistance, it takes 5 sticky bombs or 5 grenades to destroy it, or if you're using an RPG or homing launcher, it takes 4 shots, which I think is pretty good and makes this fairly balanced. So this truck can withstand a few shots if players are trying to blow you up using RPGs or homing launchers, but it's not invincible and it can be destroyed fairly easily. So this works both ways. So for whatever reason you have to try and destroy someone's Terrorbyte, you can do so and it's not too difficult. Now, although yes, the MOC can take a lot more in the terms of explosives, and this effectively is a new version of the MOC, personally I think the Terrorbyte is a lot better. For starters, it is much easier to drive around, it's not quite as wide, it's not quite as long, it's also faster, it has better acceleration, it corners pretty well as well, its turning and handling is pretty good, so its overall performance and usability is certainly much better than the MOC, but it also has a lot of features as well, both from standard and ones available which you can purchase when upgrading this truck. For example, from standard, the Terrorbyte is fitted with player scanners. There's one on the front and one on the back. They look a bit like this, and basically what these are scanners which allow you to go around and scan players to find out personal information about them. It gives you information such as their gamer tag, their rank, their total earnings, the number of players they've killed, the number of deaths they've got, their accuracy, their favorite weapon, their favorite vehicle, their favorite radio station, the number of private dances they've had, and the number of special acts they've purchased. Now in my opinion, this is a pretty cool feature. Maybe not the most useful, and it gives you data such as someone's favorite radio station. I'm not really too sure how useful that even is, but I guess in some situations it is a pretty useful one, as you can find out what sort of player you might be up against. You can find out their KD, what rank they are, what their accuracy is, and what their favorite weapon is for gun battles. Either way though, this player scanner can be accessed and used by the driver whilst driving around, unless of course there's a passenger in the passenger seat. If there is someone, they're given access to this instead. And it's also worth noting the player scanner has a range of up to 250 meters, so you haven't got to be directly next to someone to be able to use this feature. You can be at a distance and still be able to find out all their information. Now in terms of weapons, from standard, this truck is not weaponized, but when you first buy this truck, you of course have the option of purchasing the turret station upgrade to fit the missile launcher on the back of the truck. Now unfortunately no, this missile launcher is not driver operated. There is a physical station in the back of the truck, like on the MOC, which you have to be sat at to use the missile launcher. It is worth knowing though that you can use this whilst driving around, so if you have someone to drive the truck around for you, you can be in the back of the truck and operating the turret on the go. Now the lock-on distance for this missile launcher is insane. Once you lock on to a target, it will stay locked on forever, no matter how far away and what distance away it is from you. As long as you're looking in the general direction of that target, you'll still be locked on and you'll be able to shoot it down, which just sounds crazily overpowered. And on top of that, with this missile launcher, you can lock on up to 7 targets at the same time. But it's worth noting you can only fire 1 missile at a time, and there is a reload time of up to 5 seconds. Now alongside this turret station upgrade, there's also the drone station upgrade, which costs $815,000. This though is by far one of the coolest features available for the Terrorbyte, because with this you can launch and fly around drones in free roam. And these drones are weaponized, so you can fly these drones around and observe players, but if you want to, you can get close and stun players, or alternatively, you can activate the self-detonation, of course causing the drone to blow up, potentially killing the player that you're targeting. Now it's worth noting the detonation takes up to 7 seconds, but it's still pretty easy to kill players with it. Now again, something else also worth knowing, these drones do have their limitations. You can't just fly them anywhere around the map once you've activated them. There is a limited range. Here is a screenshot being displayed on screen right now to give you guys an idea of how far you can fly away from your Terrorbyte before you go out of range and can no longer use them, but the range in my opinion isn't too bad. And these drones are extremely small, as you guys can see right now in the video, so this makes them pretty difficult to spot, but it also means they'll be harder to shoot down as well. Now the Terrorbyte also has a PC in the back of it, and on this PC you can either access client jobs, these being some new and exclusive jobs to the Terrorbyte. There are 6 of them in total, or as you can see, you can enroll yourself in resupply missions for your air freight business, your special cargo business, your import-export business, for the gun running business, or your biker businesses. So essentially, if you need to resupply any of your businesses, you no longer have to go to the various businesses themselves or inside your nightclub. You can do all of it from the Terrorbyte. But what you can't do from the Terrorbyte is just buy the supplies. All you can do is enroll yourself in the steal and resupply missions. Okay, now as for a useful trick which you guys definitely need to know, if you ever have a wanted level, just make your way into the back of your Terrorbyte and you'll lose that wanted level instantly, just like you can with your properties, your MOC, or your Avenger. And it doesn't matter what wanted level or how close the police are to you, you can enter it no matter what and you'll lose your wanted level. Now as you guys can see, the door on the Terrorbyte is not on the back, it's on the side. That's where the blue mark will be to enter the back of the Terrorbyte. But there's also a second door, this being in the front cab itself. And what this allows you to do, like you can on the Avenger, is access the back of the truck from the driver's seat. Or alternatively, if you're in the back and you want to go into the driver's seat, you can do so through that door. You haven't got to get out and walk all the way around like you do with the MOC. Now aside from going to your nightclub and driving out the Terrorbyte, you can also call in and request your Terrorbyte from the interaction menu, just like the MOC. And finally, just like the MOC and the Avenger, you can also get arrested or busted in the back of your Terrorbyte when you're operating the turret and you get a wanted level. Because the police can't get inside and kill you, when they surround your Terrorbyte, they will arrest you, you'll become busted and then teleported to the nearest police station. station. Anyway, so there we go then guys, those are 10 things you need to know about the Terrorbyte before you buy it in GTA Online. Let me know your thoughts and feelings about this vehicle by leaving a comment right now on this video. If you guys could also drop a like as well, it helps me out a lot and it's greatly appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd recommend that you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So as always guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.